All right, I wanted to show you where I am on this $10 mower that I found on its way to the scrapyard. I have had to replace the carburetor with one of my spares. This one was a little too messed up to save. I'll probably work on it later, but I had one that was ready to go, so I've installed this one. You can see that nice primer bulb there, and this one had several issues. Number one is the uptake tube for fuel. It's kind of hard to see, but if you look at this thing out in the light, there's a lot of crud under the screen. I tried blowing it out with carb cleaner, but I just decided with other things going on with this thing just to take it apart and set it aside. So this carburetor's all taken apart, including the little spring and check valve ball. It sits down in that very bottom recess there. It looks kind of green, but the actual needle seat type rubber gasket there I've removed, and there's a really small little brass type spring in there, and it was a little bit rusty, and I think that's one reason it wouldn't prime. But the other reason is the primer bulb was just super old, so it had no flexibility. But I can still work with this. Like the diaphragm is not bad, really. I may try and save it. So what I've got on here now is the original tank that was on the $10 mower with a used carburetor that I've replaced. As you can see, I got rid of all the zip locks because I had a good right angle grommet on there that doesn't split or anything. So this is all installed. I just wanted to show you how this works now. Let me show you that it primes. Let's see if you can see this. I don't know if did you see that fluid? That's the gasoline going in there, so the primer works good. This is the air vane. When this mower is running, the force of these fins are going to blow this open, and that's going to make this mower run at the right speed. And then if it slows down, it's going to give it more gas. It's going to give it more fuel. But right now, it's going to run. If this mower was running, it'd be about right there because of it's spinning and pushing this away. And that little spring there is very delicate, but it's part of the tension that you want on there. And I've set this where it's permanent now, so I don't have to worry about this getting out of adjustment. It's going to run at the correct speed, or it'll be off. And now if I crank this up and it happens to run, and it's running too high, too many RPMs, then I would just take my thumb or a pair of pliers and push this way, and that puts slack in the spring, and that'll slow everything down. Okay? So that's the purpose of this little flexible tab there. So I've got it set where I want it. Now I have not checked the flywheel key. If I get some kickback or problems, I'll check that. But I didn't see any damage to the blade, so I don't think they've hit anything. I think it was just a matter of carburetor issues, really old, really funky. And I've addressed that. I've installed a new pull cord on this rewinder. I wanted to show you that. I've got an old Lawn Boy handle on there because it's green. I thought that was kind of cool. It would sort of match the wheels. And you can see the nice new cord on there. And you know, the way you do this is you pull the old broken cord as far out as it'll go, and this will start to get tighter and tighter and tighter. And once you get it pulled all the way out, Then, let me step on this so it doesn't move on me. You see that little post right there? You come in with some, needle nose pliers. I'm sorry, not needle, locking pliers, like this right here. And you're pulling it out as far as it'll go until it doesn't go anymore. And then you find that post and you come in behind it and put, can you see the end of those pliers? You clamp it down, okay? And see, now the spring isn't gonna, it's not gonna make it retract. This is, it's locked in place. And then you can remove that old piece of cord, and then you tighten this again. You take it around counterclockwise and wind it, and then clamp it again right there where that little post is with your long locking pliers. Let me show you what they look like. So they look like that. And then you put your new cord on. So that's exactly what I did with this one. So I've got a new cord. I'll show you when I take this off. See, it's going to want to sort of unwind a little bit. You can see it moving a little bit there. But see, it does work. You see the little dogs come out when you pull on it. So let's install this rewinder. We're going to install our rewinder. Let's see, I don't have my air filter on the car yet, but that's okay. I did have to replace the spark plug because they had the wrong one in there. You want a JL19M. They had an Autolite in there, and that's the wrong size, wrong model. That's the Autolite 2976. That's way too small. So that does not go with that mower. I've got the original type of a Champion spark plug J19LM. That's the correct one. So let's get this guy on there. You know what, before I do that, I'm gonna make me a temporary kill switch so I can shut this mower off, because I'm thinking this thing's gonna run. See, right now, if I started it, this would just be flopping around. If it goes that way, it's gonna shut my mower off. So I don't want that. So I'm gonna make I'll either go ahead and replace the kill switch cord completely, run it up there and hook it up the way it's supposed to go, or I'll just do a temporary kill switch so I can test this. But when you come back, we're gonna be testing this mower, which is pretty good for $10. Let's see what happens. See you soon.